What up, what up, what up? Good day. It is Robert Bob TV Brown. How you doing today? Welcome to another Rob Report on the go. I was trying to do this on my computer. I'm still learning how to do this thing, so bear with me. All right, so I'm getting to the story. I seen this right here. Let me see if I could pull it up. My baby trying to call me. Okay, let's see. All right, so we're looking at this. Stefan Grant, who's a realtor. Uh, all right, so you know Elizabeth Warren campaigning in South Carolina. The debate is today, and it's all hands on deck. This is the final countdown. I got to give it all I got. I'm throwing everything, including the kitchen sink and my grandma drawers, in this debate. Anybody is a target. I need to do whatever I can to stay in the game. So I'm going to come after Bernie, but I'm coming after that because I'm not going to get that number one spot. I'm definitely going to come after 2 or 3. I'm coming for the number 2 and number 3. But Elizabeth Warren is such an opportunity. She's going to focus on Bernie. All of them going to focus on Bernie instead of focusing on the second spot. Because there's nothing really you could do to really knock this guy out except talk about him in the crime bill, him signing it, and maybe him in the reparations, and maybe him on the guns and certain aspect of foreign affairs. That's it. But he stands strong by his vote. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. So they're going to be coming after him. And they're coming after the black vote. Nevada, the Hispanic came out strong. And one of the reasons, as black men and women in this country, we feel like, especially those who are native, born through slave tradition, that we're being phased out. Even though this is predominantly a Native American territory, white settlers came here and infiltrated this entire settlement. White settlers did whatever they could to rob, kill, steal, buy off, lie, break treaties or whatever to pretty much dominate this country and take it over. And they were smarter than and craftier, like a snake, in that endeavor. Because snakes are pretty crafty. They know when to bite, when not to bite. They know when to protect themselves, when not to protect them. They put themselves in a position where they're going to be doing more of the harming than you harming them. Okay? Strike at the right time. So you got to kind of be crafty in order to be like that. So here we are. We got the some native blacks, because there were blacker than black Indian that's been in slave trade. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. They're lying. And then there were some Africans that came in from other countries, and they settled in as indentured servants or bottom line slaves here in the United States, in the West Indies, in the Caribbean, and even in South America, and even in Canada. Our energy was used to really build this country. They may have had the blueprint, but we put in the work ethics, the blood, the sweat, the tears, being whipped, being tarred and feathered, our families being taken advantage of, kids separated from our kids, separated from our loved ones, kids being used as property real early, being taken advantage of by property owners from 10 years old all the way up to they couldn't even have babies anymore, just to produce more slaves, and that's where you get a lot of the mixed culture coming from, just horrible. What this got to do with what you got to talk about, Robert? I'm getting sick and tired of people thinking black people are ignorant. We're not ignorant. We're the most intelligent individuals you met in your life. Yes, there's systemic things that gets in our way from us showing our brilliance, because you know we're brilliant. You know what we can do. You know what we've done. And we haven't even started yet. And we've been here 300, since the foundation of the world, the United States. You've yet to see our brilliance. Yet to. And here it is. We got this lady in South Carolina going to try to play on the brilliance of black people. See, she don't think black people are brilliant. Who you talking about? Well, who else you think I'm talking about? Miss Chief Liealot herself, who lied her way through life, through college, through the Consumer Protection Bureau, to the Senate, lying her butt off, saying she's Native American and she wasn't. Taking advantage of the benefits that Native Americans got that blacks didn't get. The slave blacks. The free college. Certain things, you talk to a Native American. I got Native American in my family. And, but most of my family is straight up black, so there's a mixture between Seminole heritage and African American. And even though the Seminole took in slaves, some Seminoles didn't take in slaves. Some Seminoles actually hid slaves in their camp. And a lot of them married each other and they built families together. But that's another story of my life. So Stefan Grant, who is a realtor, he's saying everything is weird with this. Couches. Now, I got to tell you, there are couches in a lot of barbershops. Random jerseys. I've never, ever seen a jersey in the barbershop unless it's a collective. It's not random. No actual chairs. In the barbershop, you usually have benches, couches. You definitely got chairs to sit in and get your hair cut. He said haphazard setup, Spider-Man posters. What barbershop have you ever went to, brothers, black men? They had freaking Spider-Man posters. No mirrors on the wall. No mirrors on the wall. What barbershop, black brothers, don't fall for this Elizabeth Warren crap. What barbershop have you went to in the United States or any country that far as that, unless, because some of us we do it in our, we do hair in our houses and whatnot. That's a different deal. But you're in a commercial facility. You have to have license to become a barber. And in getting your license, certain things are required by the state to have in your facility. Like you got to have a setup for your disinfectant. You got to have a setup to clean your clippers. You got to have your clippers certain places. You just can't have them all everywhere, what you wear. You got to have your license up. You got to have all that stuff up. Proper lighting. There's certain things you got to have set up. In this particular barbershop, you see these random jerseys, Kobe Bryant and all that, and, poster Spider-Man, but no freaking mirrors. Let me show you. All right, so you got this brother right here. I don't know what this sign say in the back. It works. In a barber chair. So this brother ain't doing like they do in New York, to go in the neighborhoods and cut hair free to kids who can't afford haircuts. Great thing to do. But this ain't the situation, because this brother got a heavy barber chair in this place. Them things are heavy, so you're not carrying those, unless you're staging or your actual barbershop. I haven't seen many barbershops. Well, I'm in a different area, brick walls. But what's up with these posters? Doubt posters, look like mirrors on the ground. You got a cabinet with some stuff over here. Coke bottle, water, spray. This brother right here got on a tie and a shirt, cutting this brother hair. When have we started cutting hair in the barbershop like we just left the board meeting? Usually in a barbershop, you got a smock on. You got something you have to wear over your clothing. All right, let's go to this next picture. Let's look at it. All right. This brother got it's 2 lounge chairs in this barbershop. And all these posters, man. Michael Jordan stickers on a freaking wall. Where you see that mess at a barbershop? Spider-Man, black. I guess that's a black Spider-Man. Just came out the Hispanic and black Spider-Man. What's all this stuff, man? DVDs on a freaking wall. What barbershop where you seen Blu-ray DVDs on the freaking wall? A LeBron James. So what you saying? Black people love DVDs and they love basketball jerseys and comfortable couches? First of all, every black person don't like basketball. Now, it looked like this brother got some kind of license right here in the back, but far as we know, that could be made up. Just don't trust this man. And exit. Now, maybe this brother just started. Maybe he ain't got everything set up yet. Who knows? But the whole headline to this thing is black brothers talking about Elizabeth Warren in the barbershop. Really? Get it? All right, so he said Elizabeth Warren pretend to be Native American to receive benefits in college. And that's true. Her campaign staged a black barbershop to get the black male vote. And that's true. It looked like a staged barbershop. Now you go with Bernie Sanders and Killer Mike. They went on an actual barbershop tour. Killer Mike he owns barbershop, real deal barbershops. He had a series on YouTube. You can look it up. Well, he's in a real barbershop. The wildest part is that she seemed to be the woke people's candidate. Hey, bruh, I don't know where that come from. She's not the woke people candidate here. Who needs Trevor Noah with jokes like this? He's right. Oh, boy. Let me go back. Yeah, so I'm just bringing this, man, because this is ridiculous. You presidential candidates. While you're in South Carolina now, you got debates tonight. You still got some time before you get to the debate hall. This football jersey, DVDs, because some of us do buy DVDs from the Chinese on the train. So, but that's not all black people. You cannot sum up black culture with DVDs and basketball jerseys and all that kind of stuff. Some black people don't even watch basketball. And who in the world got a DVD player these days? Nobody watching that on DVD no more. To play on black people's emotions and black people's intelligence is insulting. We're way smarter than that. You got to come to us just like you come up to any other society. You got to come correct. When you're talking to white society, you're talking to things that benefit you, or they're going to tell you about the things they need in their community. And if you want their vote, you better get your butt out there and go out there and preach it. You got to become an activist for their demands. You got to advocate for the needs in that community. You cannot assume you know the needs like in this dumb picture. You got to go out there and meet with black people in their community. Quality time, not sending some surrogates. You can't use, Simone Sanders, Joe Biden. You can't use Killer Mike and none of them, Nina Turner. And look, I like my black people. I love my black people. Don't get me wrong. But you need to take your butt down there and talk to them, because you are the one they're voting for. They're not voting for Nina Turner. They're not voting for Killer Mike. They're not voting for Simone Sanders. They're not voting for Ayanna Pressley, Elizabeth Warren. They're voting for you. So it's up to you to get your butt out there in the black community and listen to the needs of the black community, because there are some needs because of what the laws have done that neglect them. They're paying their tax dollars for to keep this country going in a certain direction, and you taking the tax dollars and spending it on foolishness instead of reinvesting it back into the community. We put your butt in office. You're there to work for us. You're not there to work for the military complex, the industrial complex, the farm. You're not there to work for them. They're not voting for you. You know who's voting for you? The people who work for them. And some of the people in that particular facility have systemic needs. They're still fighting for health care on the job. I know, I'm a union organizer. They're still fighting for better benefits on the job. The reason a lot of people came to America, either pre-immigration policy or post-immigration policy, is because of the American dream. And the American dream was that dream that FDR put in place when it came to social democracy. 40-hour work week. One job, be able to pay for a house, cars, send your kids to college, end up having a vacation. And ever since Reagan, that's been stripped down to almost nothing now. You got to work 2-3 jobs just to get a house now. And here we got these people, former Republican Elizabeth Warren, former Republican Mike Bloomberg, and you may be a former in name, but in mindset, you still are. You still that. So don't be coming in here thinking you're going to blow off black people by not spending quality time with them. I'm going to send my surrogates out there to talk. That's what Hillary Clinton did, and she lost. She didn't do that with the Rust Belt. You know what those white people in the Rust Belt did? They voted against her because she didn't even take time to even admit that she harmed her and her husband, harmed that economy there where they live at. Couldn't even admit it. Couldn't even go on an apology tour. Whether it's fake, I mean, at least go on a fake apology tour like Mike Bloomberg. At least try. We ain't gonna believe you, but at least try. She didn't even do that. So what I'm basically saying is, white presidential candidates. See, the blacks are gone. Obviously, money still rules everything. Cash rules everything around me. Cream. Get the money, dollar, dollar bill, y'all, is the motto of the Democratic Party. They let Mike Bloomberg come in here all late with his money flashing around like he had some kind of strip club, making it rain, balling, and they bend the rules for him while the black candidates get phased out. And believe me, the black candidates didn't really have nothing to offer, but at least they were minorities. Andrew Yang, at least he had universal basic income. He's out. All the people of color are out of the race now. Well, except Tulsi Gabbard, but she's not getting no traction. But don't you dare think you're going to pull foolishness like this on us and think we're going to buy that BS. You better come correct. We have needs, we have issues, we have things that we're demanding, just like any other cultures. Just like the Asian culture, just like the East Indian culture, just like the Arab culture, we got needs and demands too. We're paying our tax dollars so you can do right by us with those tax dollars, not the military. And for you to blow us off thinking we're just going to see something like this and just go, oh, she's for black people, putting up a picture of black people in a fake barbershop with some freaking Spider-Man posters and DVDs on the wall, like we're going to really believe. You want to show how you really are for blacks? Advocate for blacks. Because shame on you to think we should give you a vote. A vote is something you earn. You earn our vote. We have a right to vote, thank God, but you don't have the right to our vote. You have to earn it. Martin Luther King made these people earn the vote. Marcus Garvey said, look, these politicians shouldn't even get your vote unless they earn it. Same thing with Malcolm X. You name it, go down the line. The heck we look like voting for you and you ain't going to advocate for us. So y'all, I'm done. I mean, this got to stop. I was going to wait. I was going to do a full show on this tonight, but I don't think I'm going to be back tonight. Probably be home like 9, 10 o'clock. So, in the debates tonight. So I ain't going to be able to do it. Everybody and their mama going to be on YouTube talking about the debates. You know me. I'm not trying to get on there. I'm not trying to compete. And I'd rather watch them instead of try to do my own debate coverage. I'm not doing my own debate coverage. Don't ask me to. I'm not doing that. I'll enjoy other people's debate show. Tim Black, The Hill, Jamal Thomas, you name it. I'll enjoy their debate coverage. All right. I'll do my thing a little bit later on in the week. But y'all think black people are foolish. Don't you dare ever think that. Don't you dare think you could just throw some ad. That's another thing. I'm going to try to find that Pete Buttigieg. Going to throw an ad up talking about Bernie Sanders' healthcare plan when you talk about Medicare for all who want it, BS, but you're going to use black people as your voiceovers. You know how freaking insulting that is? To think that automatically we're going to support you because you talk about another candidate and you have black voiceovers as, okay, he's for us because he got these black. The same thing with Mike Bloomberg with all these black people in his ads. You got to come correct. Nobody's falling for this TV version of who you are. We know how to check your record now. And I'm telling my black people, if you hear me on YouTube, don't you dare fall for these TV images of these presidential candidates. You better get your butt online and investigate who they really are. One of the biggest mistakes we make in the black community is we slut vote. We go out there and vote for anything that got a D, anything got an R, and you don't know who in the hell you voting for. You better check their records. Well, they got our best. How do you know? I sat there and did that. Any blue would do bull crap one time, and I voted for a judge, and that judge will put more black kids in jail for some of the innocent, stupidest stuff than the Republican judge that was running, who happened to be white. And I'm not a Republican, and I'm not racist, but I would rather have a white person who's a little lenient on black kids who don't do stupid stuff like hang on the block and probably just having fun with their friends, ain't got nothing to do. Homework is probably done. There's nowhere else to go. Just want to chill on my block. Just want to hang out with my friends. And then the cops come pushing me around and things like that. And here you are thinking the Republicans did that. No, the Democratic judge did that. That you voted into office because they were a blue. And like I said, to me, that philosophy of vote blue no matter who is the same thing as have sex before the day over with, no matter who it is. And you're going to catch a disease. You might catch AIDS and die. You can't do that. You better get to know who you in a relationship with and who you support before you give them any kind of vote. That's what I call a slut voter. A person just going there. I'm gonna have political sex with all these people on the ballot. You don't even know who they are. You don't know what they voted for. You don't know their record. You better stop that. That's one of our issues. We assume every Democrat got our best interest. Some do. But you can't say every one of them do. You better check their record. You can't say all Republicans hate black people. That's not true. See, that's a reverse racist mentality. That's like I don't bother nobody. Oftentimes I'm in a freaking suit. Not in jeans and a hoodie. But as soon as I put on a jean and a hoodie and I go down the street and I happen to stop getting ready to cross the street, I hear doors lock. I don't want nothing you got, lady. You wouldn't understand, but that's the life I had to live when I was in school. My mom worked 2 jobs, made sure we had everything that we needed. I didn't need nothing. I didn't need to go in nobody's car and grab somebody by the throat and stuff like that. You guys better watch who you're voting for. You think any blue will do? You don't know if any blue is for you. So, to you blue candidates and you red candidates, stop thinking you could play on black people's emotion and that we're going to be so gullible and dumb that we're going to support you because you did a commercial with black people in it, or you had one black person talking great about this white guy. I don't care who you have in the freaking commercial. You can have Billy D. Williams talking about Colt 45 and I like this guy. I ain't voting for that guy because Billy D. is in the freaking commercial. Some of y'all don't know who Billy D is. That was the Lando Calrissian character in the last Star Wars movie who, Anyway, I'm done. This is kind of long. But nah, man, this is just silly. Pete Buttigieg with the dumb commercial with the black voiceovers. Elizabeth Warren with the fake pop-up barbershops. In line talking about black people are really into Elizabeth Warren. Nobody will enter into you. You're a liar. You are a literal bald-faced opportunist liar. You have no guts. You have no galls. You lack the ovaries. I can't say balls because you got ovaries. You lack that. When you claim to be Native American and the people at the Dakota Access Pipeline needed you to stand for them, you was mute. You were silent. You hid up under a rock behind a curtain. You went Homer Simpson hiding in the bushes. And then come to find out you're going to try to do this thing to try to shame Trump. Trump don't need to be shamed. He shamed himself. You trying to shame a man who's already shaming himself by coming up with your DNA, and come to find out your DNA says you're not Native American. You're so low on the totem pole that a frog got more Native American blood in them than you do. And then you lie all the time. You lie, oh, I'm for Medicare for all. Now I'm not for Medicare for all. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't lie. My father was a janitor. Couldn't find out your father was a janitor. I mean, just so many lies. I thought, what's the name could lie? HRC could lie, but good gracious, so many lies, man. You know, and I get it. The purpose of lying, the number one basis for lying is the fear of what will happen if you tell the truth. If you just tell the truth for once, Elizabeth Warren, tell the truth. Here you are lying with a fake barbershop trying to make it seem like black men are talking about you and black men are not talking about you. Black women ain't even talking to you. Some, because you got your surrogate out there, Ayanna Presley. But nah, whether they're talking about you or not, that's not the point. The point is, we will find out who you are, because people like me are going to be telling people before you vote, get educated on the person you're voting for. Don't fall for this TV image of these people, because they don't show you their lives 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got Chuck Schumer, our senator here in New York City. Mr. Super Democratic himself, supposed to be protecting the will of the people, but y'all didn't know he fast-tracked over 50 of Trump's judges. The same type of judges I talked about that's putting people in jail left and right for some of the dumbest things. When you usually get a misdemeanor or fine, your butt get locked up. And you end up in Rikers of all places for the smallest thing. You steal some steaks because you hungry, and you end up in Rikers for stealing some steaks because you're hungry. Instead of putting you in the local jail for about 2 weeks, over some freaking steaks. And not a Rolex watch, steaks, petty crime. You end up in Rikers. These are the people you're voting for, because a lot of these people are Democrats. A lot of them are Republicans too. But like I said, you can't not assume a person is for you based on party affiliation. You got to look at their record, their track record. Go look at their history. Some people are just more compassionate than others. I would never, ever, as a black man, independent now, because I vote how I want to. I'm not in the party. But even if I was in the Democratic Party, I wouldn't vote for no freaking Chuck Schumer, who sat there and fast-tracked 50 of Trump judges and 20 of them here in New York City. That when the police department, whom Michael Bloomberg initiated stop and frisk, where he told police officers through Chief Kelly, I want you to stop and frisk anybody from 16 to 21, 15 to 21. It don't matter. Blacks and Latinos. Throw them on a wall, search them, frisk them, ask questions, see if you can get something on them. Because we need somebody to go to jail so we can fill up these private prisons so we can get us some cheap labor done for these corporations. And we voting these people in. You don't know these people. You got to get to know these people. That's what a slut voter is, a person who just give it up and don't even know these people. Anyway, let me get off this thing. I gotta get out of here, man. All right, I woke up late. Good thing most of the work I need to get done today, I need to do it by computer. But I need to get a couple things printed out, so I got to go to Brooklyn. All right, guys, this is Rob Brown with the Rob Report. Elizabeth Warren, I'm going to get on Pete Buttigieg a little later with that freaking ad. Supposed to be trashing Medicare for all. Look, you know how I am about reparations and no black agenda, no vote. You know I'm strong on that, but I ain't going to say I'm not for Medicare for all. And who are you to try to say I shouldn't be? You focus on what you should be for, okay? I like Medicare for all. I got family members right now sick. I got a family member right now got stage 3 cancer, and they're using up their mortgage. They had to mortgage their freaking house just to keep the treatment going. So for them, the only thing that my family is thinking about for that person is them getting the Medicare they need. Anything else is second fiddle. Reparations is second fiddle. The no black agenda, no vote is second fiddle. And who I am to come in there and try to convince them no black agenda, no vote in the middle of a family member who's dealing with cancer. When you got a man up here saying, look, if I can initiate Medicare for all, you ain't got to worry about mortgaging that home. That is a hard sell. That's a hard thing to get somebody to cross over. Even though I am still a proponent for reparations, I'm a proponent because everybody got reparations but black people. We built this country, yet our wealth gap is so on the totem pole, and we need true equal rights. We built this country. White people didn't just build this country on their own. We need to have the same level of equal rights as white people, and we still don't have it to this day. We've grown a whole lot from it. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to wealth and financial affairs, we're at the bottom of the totem pole by design because the laws are catering toward a certain demographic and catering against a certain demographic. So yes, those issues are important to me, but I'm not going to sit there and act like I'm not for Medicare for all. Who are you? And you know you don't mind having Medicare for all. People talking about, oh, Medicare for all. Stop. You get sick right now, you know you ain't got no money. The first thing you're going to say, man, I wish I had Medicare for all. Them bills will stack up. And here we are in New York City. We got a governor who said if we get rid of the IDC, I'm going to sign Medicare for all. Well, we got rid of the IDC 2 years ago. That fool ain't signed it yet. Why? Because he sold out to the medical industry. He sold out to the insurance companies. And he ain't going to do it until he's removed out of office. And guess what label he is? He's not a Republican. He's a Democrat. Our governor, Cuomo. Anyway, y'all know how I am. I don't, I call out politicians on the daily. I don't trust none of these. And you shouldn't either, because you don't know them. And you can't trust somebody you don't know. Y'all think y'all know Bernie Sanders. Y'all trust him. I know him, but you don't know these people personally. One thing I can say, you can check the track record, and his track record has been pretty spot on a lot of areas that when it comes to helping regular people. And I'm not going to take that from him, especially working class people, and especially people who favor unions. I'm a union guy. I'm organizing myself, and his plan to revolutionize the union organizing issue is incredible. How can I take that away from him? See, that's the problem with most people on YouTube right now. Yeah, you can always talk about the bad parts of a person, but you never talk about the good parts, And I've seen some people with some good policies. Sometimes it's not enough for me to vote for them, but they still are good policies. Because you can have the greatest policies in the world, but if you got two trash policies, I ain't supporting you. Especially when those are issues that really hit me home, or hit my community home, or hit my family members home. If you pushing these great policies, but you got one or two policies that affect my community, I'm out. I'm not voting for you.